Everyone, and welcome to the, let's see, this is the July 23rd. Second meeting of the East Hempfield Township Recreation Commission. I would remind everyone that this meeting is being recorded. Robert's rules will apply in terms of conducting the meeting, and the East Hempfield Township rules of public comment will also be followed when we come to that portion of the meeting. So with that, I'd ask everyone to stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, with that, we'll get to the standing committee reports, and we'll start with lease negotiating in real estate. And that burden's gonna fall on Mr. Lounsbury tonight because he's the only person here.
Burden is gonna be large because I wasn't privy to the meeting that was held with Ryan and the subsequent meeting about what's gonna happen as far as, with blue collar. So I'm gonna have to plead ignorance in a way. I'm not sure if I actually understood Cindy's email about Rob's response.
Well, let me take it from there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
After getting an email from Cindy with some of her concerns, which expressed some of her concerns about the project, I took it upon myself to call Rob and Kevin and set up a meeting one-on-one. And I went over the 5 points that Cindy had listed on the email. Just grab it. Would start by saying, I think for the most part, the negotiation itself is over, and that they have agreed to work with us on the project remodel. The biggest issue has to do with a doorway between the snack bar and the pro shop, and some PLCB requirement that we're going to have to meet and get some assurances from them that the new build out and the construction will meet their standard. So Rob was kind enough to ask for, or not ask, but provide us with information on the PLCB contact, and we're in the process of contacting, or we will be in the process of contacting them shortly, along with the Department of Ag. Also discussed the banquet room issue with the new wall. Rob said that they are in the process of moving some of the things from the barn to other locations in their space. We talked about he'd really like hopefully something done as soon as possible, because he'd like to move all of his chairs and tables out of the barn into the new space. But of course, the new space hasn't been created yet. But again, they're in agreement. They were in agreement on that point. We'll generate some type of amendment to the lease. They did serve up that they would be willing to apply the adjustment in rent to the annual fee. We were looking at a $500 per month adjustment that they've agreed to. That's $6,000 a year, and they're willing to take that take a reduction in what they owe us in the incentive that we get in January and apply the $6,000 against that. So the actual monthly rent payment won't go down. And then, their other concern had a lot to do with just the timing of the whole project. And, while it is a project that I'm sure is going to happen, we don't really have any firm timelines on it yet. But we said, or I indicated that we'd work with them, that we wouldn't be doing anything that would impact their business negatively. And, hopefully that'll be the case. So again, I think we have an agreement with them to move forward. I think we have to get this liquor control board thing out of the way. And then we can, at that point, I think we can start the process of a contract with Gorski. The other thing I'd ask everyone to perhaps consider is I have a thought that maybe we would do the wall construction for them prior to the construction, and not tied in with the construction of the pro shop. I think there's some merit in working with them and getting the space modified the way they're looking for it. And that way they'll get everything they have in the barn, into the new space. And then we can move forward from there. Any thoughts on that from anyone?
I think it's a great idea. I guess the question is, how do we implement it? Do we just have a handshake agreement with them, or we just go ahead and get it done? Are we gonna need approval from the township to do it?
Well, yeah, I mean, the answer to the questions are yes. I think we could do it on we do it on a handshake anyway. We're not gonna, but,
It's not anything that'll be written into a lease. We're not taking
No.
away adding space right
No,
there.
not-
It's just
not
simple
just
maintenance, let's call it.
just putting a 2x6 wall up from, it's probably 25 feet. You know where it is, Bob?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, and that way they can move all their stuff in there and they'll be happy. So, I'd like to talk to Diane and Cindy maybe about taking on that project, maybe ASAP rather than waiting until we sign a contract with Corsi.
So are you saying you want the township to hire a contractor to build that wall? Or they're gonna hire the contractor they were going to hire to build the wall and you're gonna pay the bill? Or, I mean, they submitted a plan.
I think
And it was
I think
reviewed.
They did submit a plan.
Mhm.
well, but not engineered.
Correct.
Based to what, call it a tenant would have to do. So I think we have to
What?
run with the project,
I guess I would say that doesn't matter.
just the permitting process.
And who you're gonna contract to do the work?
I mean,
And how
it may even be Gorski, but it's just gonna be a small job. This isn't gonna take weeks to accomplish. It's gonna take 2 days at the most to get the wall up. I doubt that we have anybody here in the township handy enough to do it, but, at this point, I just want to know whether the group would be in favor of doing something, and we can take it to the next step when, maybe we'll get Cindy on a phone call.
Could we make a motion? Approve a motion to authorize the expenditure of a reimbursement to Blue Collar in the amount of X dollars for their construction of the wall as per the request, and let them handle it. We have to do that, and if we have a motion that's approved, it's well underneath anything we have to worry about for prevailing wage or anything else. Just handle it that way.
I think the biggest issue in the beginning of all this was in order for it to go through the processes, they have to submit engineered drawings, and engineered drawings are gonna cost 2/3 of what the project even costs.
I think
We could always ask the town-
the planning department agreed that they didn't have to be engineered drawings. I think that
I mean, yeah, we have people come.
that we dealt with, but, Bob, you would be more well-versed than I would as far as prevailing wage, and if the rec authority / the township is gonna contract someone to do it, we're looking at then dealing with prevailing wage.
Well, it depends on the amount of the project.
Right.
There is a minimum.
Yeah, minimum. And I don't know what their original cost for
It
that
was under 10
project
grand.
was. So it's under 10 grand. So we should be under that.
Well, you have to
Right.
check that. You have to make sure you get a permit.
Yeah.
You have to do those things. And the wall's not going to be a very difficult thing, but who knows when a contractor can get in? You know, maybe they know somebody,
Right.
I don't know, but if we're really going to take it on, then you really have to go through the process.
Okay.
I mean, you know, it's okay for us to vote on it and say move forward.
Well, how about if we go with Dave's motion to,
Do you have any idea what a cost not to exceed would be? Did they give you an idea of what the project cost was for the wall at any point?
I don't,
I feel like,
they didn't give me an actual number.
I feel like we saw something like,
Well,
yeah, it
they
was like
give you
8,600, 8,800. And then like.
Yeah, but wasn't that just like back of the envelope? They didn't have any, official proposal
I don't know
from
if it was on the
ABC
back of maybe a napkin.
contracting.
No, I don't.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's a public building.
Mhm.
It has to be careful how we do this. I mean, and I'm not sure we have to put a limit here on our vote, but we should know that before we undertake.
Well, maybe we just task a committee to get with blue collar, get that information, figure out what we need to do so that we can vote to proceed with somebody at the next meeting.
I mean, township staff can handle that piece as we've done with them on the rest of the direct building and grounds type items. If that's what you want to have happen between now and your next meeting, we can circle back on the plan they submitted. What, if anything, additional is needed for the approvals for the permit? And what contractor they had anticipated, or if they hadn't anticipated one, what it looks like to get one in place. And then for your next meeting, we can come to you with all of those details, and then you'll be able to vote one way or the other, knowing cost and the expectation of who that contractor would be, whether it's somebody they had already worked with to get that drawing, or someone we bring to you, whether it's Gorski or someone else.
And that should be in writing. And don't forget the contractor has to have the insurances.
Yep.
The building permit going to be required?
I don't know the answer to that question. I know, just because I wasn't a part of the original conversations. I know that there were conversations between the planning department and blue collar and code administrators, which is our third-party plan reviewer. It wasn't a load-bearing wall. It's the replacement of an existing movable structure. So I know there were conversations that occurred. I just honestly don't know what the final outcome was. But we can sort that out for you and then
I think so.
get it to you before your next meeting so that you have all the details to be able to then do something with it.
Yeah, but I think it,
I am in agreement with you sooner than later on
yeah,
that.
I think,
just
I think it provides a
Good.
level of good faith
Mhm.
from the Recreation Authority to blue collar to get them what they need as soon as we can. So, again, and again, that works to our advantage also from a construction standpoint, because the sooner they get their stuff out of the barn, the sooner we can knock it down once we get started with the project.
And just to confirm, are we talking just the wall in the banquet room, or the wall in the banquet room and walling off the closet in the lobby? Because those were both on the table.
I mean, I would do the same. I would do it all at the same. That closet's not.
Yeah.
I think the closet really is just opening the closet up, not walling it off, right?
Oh, I
Like,
thought they wanted it
right now it's
kind
like
of a
coat-
door.
Well, right now it's a coat room
Right.
Or something, so like clean
There's-
that out so they can put storage in
Okay.
and maybe a door, I guess, yeah. you
So,
probably
so
would.
either way, is it a combination of the two projects in total, or is it just the wall in the banquet room?
It's,
It's the total package.
total.
Okay.
It's a project involving two pieces.
Okay.
And then we'll, try to move that along. Okay?
Yep.
But at any rate, good job by the, lease negotiation committee, Mr. Lounsbury.
Thanks, nice to meet you, Mr. Chairman. I'm glad you had my back.
Maintenance facility, I don't think we
Do
have
we
any.
need a motion? Didn't Dave make a motion?
I
We can
thought,
make it- we can
I
make
thought
it
we
a
were gonna
next
collect.
meeting.
Yeah,
Make
we're
it-
gonna,
make it
we're gonna
next
collect that
meeting?
on,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Make
Dave,
one.
Dave asked about making one. He didn't actually make one, so we're fine on that. And if you're okay to wait one more meeting, we'll get it together into a plan and a package for you for your next meeting and
Okay, so we don't-
I'd like to get it accomplished.
communicate as we have the information. Same on the PLCB and ag answers.
I'll be surprised if we get here from Harrisburg that soon, but that's another story. Okay. Next up, anything on the barn project and the maintenance facility? I'm sorry, not barn project, maintenance facility. It's still part of the, whole, golf course renovation. All right, then we have budget reports. Any questions or issues with our budget reports? General budget?
I wasn't here for your June meeting, but at the May meeting, you had asked a question about why Jim's report numbers don't necessarily align directly with the trial balances and the budget to actuals. And Monica and I had a conversation about that. I don't know if you got an answer to that in June, but I'll tell you now in case you didn't. Because of the way the credit card transactions come through and because of the way the gift certificates and the rain checks are handled, they don't always align. What Jim says happens in July doesn't always align with what finance says happens in July based on how all those dates come together. And so most of the time, if you see a slight discrepancy between the two, that's what that discrepancy is going to be, is just how the credit card transactions came through and how those gift certificates and rain checks fell in the books.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any questions or issues with any of the three reports? Hopefully everyone's had a chance to take a look. Okay, with not, I'll hear a motion to accept the financial reports for this month.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion from Mr. Trump. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Mr. Vino. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Okay. Okay. Course Operations Committee. Bob, you have anything to report on this?
No, we don't.
Did we have a meeting?
No. You're talking about tracking the snack bar hours? Is that, I don't remember a committee being formed, I'm sorry.
Well, we have a,
No, the committee's Lundy, Enoch, and
Committee's
Rhodes. But you're asking the committee to meet with management to track the hours? Is that what?
Well, I don't know why a committee had to get involved. That wasn't my intent. I mean, someone there who's full-time, day to day, should be able to make a note somewhere in a computer that Tuesday, July 4th, snack bar was open 10 to 4 or something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be a big,
Right.
we don't have to go through all that, I didn't think. And I don't know if,
well, Jim's here tonight. Well, that's something we can just talk about. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Okay. We'll take care of that later. All right, moving on to another action item. We have cash requirements reports for the period June 25th to July 24th, 238,293 in expenditures. Any questions or issues? Okay, hearing none, I'll hear a motion to approve the cash requirements report for June 25th to July 24th.
I'll make the motion.
Motion from Mr. Lounsbury. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Krimmel. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Golf operations update. Report provided. Guess we'll go to Jim on that. Jim?
Yes. Another good month. We're tracking good this month as well. I just wanted to recognize Don and his team. We had a heck of a storm come through and they got us open pretty quickly. We had some tree damage and they did the cleanup and got us back up and running the following day.
Awesome.
On that same-
And John's got his junior camps. They wrap up next Tuesday, so they'll be done for the summer. Those went well.
Okay. Yeah, that was-
Additionally, Mr. Chairman, we did have a resident complain about a tree along the property line that came down during a storm. And once Don was made aware of it, he handled it very quickly, helped the resident with the tree, even though it likely was not our tree. It was right along the property line and Don got that taken care of in a timely manner. Got back to the township staff so we could get that taken care of. So that was greatly appreciated.
Awesome. Hopefully the resident appreciated that also.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, Jim, did you hear that last discussion we had with Bob about tracking snack bar hours? Is there a casual way we can do that?
Yeah, that's no problem. We can make note of that and get it in a spreadsheet.
Just put it in there, just put it on this report somewhere.
Okay.
Be fine. Just days open, days closed.
No problem.
Okay. Any other questions, guys?
Thank you.
And then we have our irrigation project. Do you want us to do something with this tonight, Diane?
No, it's on there more, and I apologize, this project is a little convoluted to me to only have been involved in it in the last 3 months. So Don is on tonight. He got an additional quote from ISI for the actual irrigation project, which is linked on there. That's 1.7 million. But he also got a separate quote from Kozer for the pond dredging, which is a part of the project, but not a part of those other quotes. That quote from Kozer is 79,800, but of that 5,800 we can do ourselves. So that brings that quote down to 74,000. These are both projects that need to be done during the off season. I believe this is part of what we were discussing, being involved in the potential bond issuance for the construction project moving forward.
Right.
And so I wanted to make sure that you had those 2 additional quotes in front of you so that you can put those packages together and then at some point make a determination how you're moving forward.
Okay. So just to be clear, the 2 quotes, the one for 1.3 and the one for 79,000, they're the 2 components there. That brings it up to 1.450. And then this other quote that we have here for 1.7 from, I guess, ISI, that's not gonna work. And then.
Can I help you out there?
Sure.
The 70 for the pond excavation is completely separate from everything else. That's just cleaning out all the muck in the pond. That's its own thing that has to be done over the winter. The 1.7 is the third quote of the irrigation installation. So we have 1.4, 1.7, and 1.8 are the three quotes.
Okay. Does that include the pump? Is there a pump house?
So
It
all
is-
the materials, including the pump house, was right around $1 million. And then all the three quotes are just the install and prevailing wage labor.
So we're looking at 2.4 right now, correct?
Yep, 2.4 to 2.8, whatever we choose.
Well, and the person at 2.4, you've dealt with them before? You know them?
I have not. My irrigation guy has. They've been around forever. They're a good company. The 1.8 and the 1.4 are the two that were highly recommended. I don't know a whole lot about the 1.7 company, but yes, the 1.4 George Lay. They've been around forever.
Okay. I understand that Toro has a division that deals with this type of projects. Are any of these people associated with Toro?
So the irrigation guy that I'm dealing with, it's kind of my lead guy on this, is a representative of Toro, and he works with these companies all the time. He works with whoever gets picked, but he has his guys that he knows will do a better job than others.
Okay.
In this case.
I'm not
it
sure
was-
Toro actually does the actual installation part. They just kind of lead everything and are the middleman.
Well, for my own edification, would you, next time you talk to your Toro guy, just ask him if they have a division within their company that deals with irrigation projects? Now, I know that this guy deals with the person we're talking about here, but I've also been told that Toro has a whole division that deals with irrigation projects. Maybe I've got.
Well, yeah, this is the main irrigation guy from that division. I just don't think they do any actual installation of the system. They just provide all the parts and are the in-between guy.
Okay,
But I'll check.
all right, thank you.
Yep.
All right. And then the pond dredging is an extra.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's separate. That I measured it. It's about kind of averages about 1.5 foot of sludge on the bottom of the pond, and the pond is only 3 to 4 feet deep. So we would gain some pretty good space and get that cleaned up before the new irrigation system goes in.
And how soon is too soon to do the pond dredging?
That'll have to be done from December through March, probably, when the irrigation system's turned off and there's no pressure in the system, because we'll have to drain the pond out.
Okay. December project.
Don, were you here when we did that 10 years ago or 15 years ago when we did that? I'm not sure you were.
I was not. All I heard is that they put a bunch of rock around the intake into the pump house. I didn't know if it got dredged out or not. I didn't think, but you might know different.
I think you're right. There wasn't a major dredging that I can recall. But I remember we dropped it and we did some work. But I couldn't remember if we took trucks and trucks of soil away or no. Couldn't remember.
Yeah, I think that was just to clean out around the intake, and you build a nice little rock wall around it, so it kind of helps keep the sludge out.
There might even been some pipe work too, repair, when we did that. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else on irrigation and the pond dredging? Like, and
I actually have another note about the SRBC grant. I did have a meeting with the guy from Land Studies, and he's on board to write it for us. And he said I believe the max it'll cost is $5,000 to write the application for us.
and how much are we going for?
As much as possible. I had heard that the max was like 500,000, but somehow Conestoga Country Club got 1.3 million. So that's what we're going for. And this is the same guy that wrote theirs.
We need to vote on authorizing it.
Yes, if you want to hire Land Studies to complete the grant application, you need to, vote to approve that as well as then to submit the application for the grant itself.
Do we have a proposal from them for that?
Don, do you?
Yes,
have a-
Cindy and I got a proposal. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so have we already moved forward with it? I guess,
I mean, I would be okay making a motion for it, but I don't have it, you know? I mean, the proposal, I mean, he said it's a max of $5,000. I mean, I'm okay with it's a max on $5,000 if that's what it says, but.
Well, yeah, I feel the same way you do. Some of these things I think we should have in writing. I think we should see it,
Well, we have it somewhere, but
but none of us have seen it, right?
if it's a max of 5, I'm okay.
And we're voting on it.
I have it in an email. I don't have an actual proposal, but I have the email that says, kind of explains what he'll do. I can make that official if that's what you want me to do.
yeah, I would shoot that over to Diane. Okay, so so we're sure we have a copy of their proposal. Then I guess all we need is a approval of $5,000 if everything is in order.
Okay.
Okay,
You can.
I'll take care of that tomorrow.
You can approve it as a cost not to exceed.
lost not to exceed. Okay, okay.
Go with you want to make a motion?
Make a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the proposal from Land Studies to not exceed $5,000.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, I hear a motion.
Pardon me. I think we should put on there, if the work description and everything is agreeable, with the manager. So we're not saying here in the motion what we're just proving 5,000. You know, we don't have a description of work, that type of thing.
This is all going towards the irrigation though, right? Like that's what this grant
No,
is
this is just,
associated to?
yes, it is. It is the irrigation.
Right, this one's just the irrigation.
Yes.
What we're going for the construction is completely different.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So all right, I'll make a motion to, to review and accept Land Studies proposal not to exceed $5,000 for the grant that we are looking to obtain for the irrigation system.
Okay.
Oh, okay, a motion from Mr. Trump. Do I
Second.
hear- Second from Mr. Krimmel. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 5-0.
If for some reason we see something in that proposal that is not appropriate, we would be reaching out to Tom anyways.
Yeah.
We wouldn't submit it if not.
Just don't send the money.
What? Don, what's the deadline on that grant submission? Do you know off the top of your head?
Well, it doesn't open until I believe the end of November through
Okay.
January. So
There's no time crunch on getting the application of the grant approved then.
no, he just said we'll work on it in the next couple months.
Great, thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Don, was that, Mike LaSala you talked to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Moving on, any new business tonight? Okay, hearing none. We have minutes of our previous meeting, June 24th, up for approval. Any questions, comments, revisions? Now's the time to bring them up.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes
Go ahead.
from June 24th, 26.
Motion from Mr. Trump, a second by Mr. Loudsbury. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 5-0. Now we have public comment. Any public comment?
No.
You sure? Sure you don't want to say something? Good, good, good. Anything else, guys, that we need to kick around?
Mr. Chairman, did you have an executive session after your June board meeting that needs to be announced? I truly don't know because I wasn't here.
I wasn't here last meeting.
Well, we announced that last meeting that we did.
That you were going into
we
exec
were going
session from
into,
adjournment?
yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. And are you going into exec session when you adjourn this evening? Doesn't sound like you need one. Thank you.
I think we need one. Or with that, we'll adjourn the meeting at 7:40, 7:38.